Hello everybody, I'm Peter Globe, and today I'm going to be discussing Team Ruby and Team Stark's connection. Now, if you're not aware, a lot of people, YouTubers and Ruby fans basically state that Team Ruby is like the next generation of Team Stark. Because they're so similar, they are pretty, some of them even look similar. It's mainly because it seems like Team Ruby is the current story and Team Stark is what they could become, like one of the possible futures. So I'm going to be discussing those similarities between Team Ruby and Team Stark. Now, before we start it, I don't own any of these images. All of these images belong to Rooster Thief, Thief. I'm just using them to make it easier for people to see. That's it, let's get in with this. Now, let's begin with this discussion between the two most obvious ones, and that's Ruby and Summer. Now, it's pretty been stated or confirmed at this point that Ruby and Summer, not only do they look similar, not only they have the same hair color, and by this image it also looks like the same hairstyle. Both of them wear hoodies and both of them are silver eyes. And as far as we know, both of them could be using the scythe. We don't exactly know for Summer yet. But it's pretty goddamn obvious that they are basically the same. And also Raven basically said, you sound just like your mother, which is again confirming that whole thing. So yeah, nothing much to say about it, it's basically confirmed. Like, seriously, you know that Ruby Rose is a clone of Summer Rose? Well, even if it's not that, it's freaking amazing how similar they are. Hell, even those duplicates of people who have their created because of those people have duplicate powers are have more difference between than Ruby and Summer. Well, as far as we know, we don't know anything about Summer, so it's kind of hard to say. The next one is Wise and Tai Yang. Now, this one's been a bit harder, and also I heard some people say that it's kind of not exactly, it's possible the series also Raven, but I'm gonna put Yang and Raven more similar. The namely reason I picked the voice is more like Tai Yang is because, well, they have a lot of fucking similarities. Like the first similarity that I personally noticed was, do you remember in Volume 1 when Blake and Wise were having that whole argument amongst the White Fang? Remember that? Yeah, that had one similar line. When she's talking about her family, she doesn't like say that, I know he's a heartless bastard. Hell, she acted like he's a good man. It's just all the stress is getting into his head. Like, seriously. That whole thing that her father is bad, I think she didn't say a bad thing about him until she had a talk with Yang. So, basically, she was basically lying to them that her father was a douchebag and all that. But when we actually get their interaction, the way they look at each other, it was pretty fucking obvious that she hated him, or didn't like him, or anything like that. And that's similar to Tai Yang and Raven. When it came to talking about her to Yang and possibly even Ruby, nothing bad, just every good, amazing things, just everything. The things that probably make him fall in love with her. But as soon as he spotted her in her Raven form, the bird form, and the feather, he was like, ugh, this bitch. Like, So that's one of the similarities. Another similarity is the whole talking, how they both want to be supportive, talks, and all that fan they care about and all that. They also have that very similar. And yeah, there are some personalities that you could call similar. Plus, I'm guessing that if Weiss will be in charge of the company, she'll be mostly staying in the business room and not on the battlefield. So it's kind of similar to Tai Yang's being more at their facilities and more extracting missions to huntsmen than actually in combat. As far as we know, he seems like he would completely capable of going there and beat up entire hordes of Grimm on his own, but again, we don't exactly know. So not as similar. So these two aren't as perfect of similarities than Ruby and Summer, but there's still a couple of similarities. The next two are Blake and Crow. And if I'm totally honest, when I first heard someone saying that Blake is like Team Ruby's generation of Crow, I was like, do you mean by the difference? Or was it because everybody else, or is it because everybody else is more better suits to be more describing everybody else? And you might be saying, why? Well, let's begin with the fact that Crow and Blake are so fucking opposite of each other that it's shocking. Like, for starters, Blake gender is different, opposite to be fair. The race is, again, she's a forest, he's a human. Man, the loyalty thing, we don't know how loyal Blake is to to Aspen. Hell, as far as we know, Blake doesn't even trust Aspen before the show hit the story. Or hell, maybe she's not even gonna be told the story. And Crow would trust Aspen no matter what. Hell, even their weapons are so fucking different that's like, impossible to see. Like, seriously, what's the similarity? Like, I heard someone saying that Blake will trust Aspen, and that's one of the things that she'll do, that she'll trust Aspen, and she will, in case of Yang and Raven, which I'm gonna go later, the thing, if she believes that she'll stay with Aspen, I personally don't see that. I see Blake leaving with Yang instead of staying and trusting Aspen. Also, I don't exactly know where the whole trust thing do you think comes from, but Blake's shown that as soon as she finds out the person that she regularly trusts is not that trustworthy, she would leave the guy. Like, let's look at Adam and Blake. When she saw how much chaos and how much killing that and destruction he causes, Blake laughed. Yeah, she laughed. Don't you remember? That's one of the main things about her. She laughed, a person she really trusts, when she realized that he's not trustworthy. And no offense to all of you people, but Aspen has shown that he's as evil or less evil, or even more evil than Salem, because his actions and what he thinks he says are so fucking opposite. Like, seriously people, you do realize that just because Aspen says he's an ally and a friend, that doesn't mean he exactly has. Again, we do not know enough about Aspen's past to call him good. And as soon as Blake gets informed of some kind of a dark secret, either by Yang telling her or just straight up being shown or something, she will fucking not trust Aspen enough. She'll leave. Like, seriously. Plus, Aspen didn't exactly, like, it triggered confidence in her trust in him when he's in that discussion they had in Volume 2, Chapter 2, I believe. Seriously, Blake trusting Aspen and going with him, except Yang, is so fucking stupid and I cannot even comprehend. Like, seriously. The only similarities between Blake and Crow are the fact that a lot of bad stuff happens to people Blake cares about because her past constantly comes and it's incredibly dangerous, and Crow's bad luck semblance. And if you wanna go by the trust whole thing, she would trust Yang as much as Crow trusts Aspen. That's the closest similarity between trust as I can see. So honestly, it seems more like that everybody else went with similarities. Blake and Crow are differences what's connecting the two. Not similarities, but differences. And now let's discuss Yang and Raven. They look nearly exactly the same. Hell, I think that in Volume 2 it's been just Yang's design, just different outfit and different coloring. That was really the difference. And yeah. And then we get to the whole trust thing. We don't exactly know how much. Yang is beginning to question stuff, and she is beginning more. I don't trust Aspen, and how? Maybe the reason why they split up in the future it will be because of Yang finding out or something, and then abandoning, taking Blake and Jean with her. Because again, I see Blake more trusting Yang than Aspen, but still, yeah, I think that Raven and Yang's similarities are pretty close because both of them because Raven abandoned her team and Yang is pretty close to leaving. I mean, consider what she said. We also have she's already questioning stuff, and yeah, and her whole rage, emotional instability, like, could be considered pretty similar, like how when Raven had nothing to say to make her strong, she just cried and just couldn't do anything, and Yang gets completely angry and just starts attacking. Yeah. All in all, except for Blake and Crow, everybody else is pretty similar, and you could see them, but yeah, nothing else really. Now, I hope you enjoyed this type of my thoughts video on the whole them being connected. I hope you guys leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. And that's it, I cannot wait to see all you people next time. Bye.